Hello, everyone.
Hey, bag ladies and bag dudes. I'm Sarah Lawson from So Sweetness. This is Ask Sarah, my weekly Q&A chat. Hey, everyone. We saw a lot of comments and back and forth on YouTube and Facebook before the chat, so that's awesome. Thanks so much for joining us on this lovely Tuesday evening. We have a few things to talk about, and then I'm going to be answering some questions live later on in the chat. So I see Gwenna's joining us. Thanks so much for joining us, Gwenna. Cheryl Miller, bag lady from Michigan. So thanks so much for joining us. So we had our sewing retreat here in Chicago this past Thursday through Sunday. Everyone went home Sunday afternoon. And I told myself, all right, Monday, I'm going to take the whole entire day and I'm going to do nothing. So I'm going to watch TV, read a book, probably not do any sewing, but just kind of lay around on the couch and in bed. And the exact opposite happened. So Monday morning, I got up at 6:30, which is about my usual time. And I was like, I'll just answer a couple emails, then I'll get back to being lazy. I ended up working all day Sunday, probably till 8 o'clock at night. We started packing up Cork Club packages. I answered emails. I'm not sure what else I did, but it was like a full day of work. Did we leave the house on Monday? Do you remember?
Such a long time ago.
Maybe we went out to dinner. I'm not sure. It's hard to recall. But anyway, today I did not take the day off. We had work and I had my riding lessons. So I told myself, all right, tomorrow, Wednesday, I'm not going to do anything. Maybe I'll sew a quick project, nothing work related, just selfish sewing for fun. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully I can make that work. So speaking of sending out Cork Club packages, I usually try to put 1 or 2 new Cork fabrics in each month's package. This week we'll be sending out month number 5, and so this is one of the new fabrics that we added, included in the package, and I'll be listing it on the website later this week, but I'm calling it Black Grunge. It's a natural cork base, and then it's got black, I see some polka dots in it. Danny thinks it's kind of like tire track marks. I see a little bit of copper and gold, but for the most part, the print is black. So I really love this one, especially because it has polka dots in it. I'm sure it's not for everyone's taste.
Sure.
I don't think you like it all that much, but I super love it.
I do like it, actually.
You do like it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So this will be included in month number 5 if you're in Cork Club, and then we'll list it on the website shortly. All right, this is Danny's favorite part of the chat. We're going to start off right away with letting us know in the comments, either on Facebook or YouTube, if you're a bag lady or a bag dude. So go ahead and just type that in the comments for us now. We super love the community that it creates. I get really excited when I look over and I see all the bag lady comments coming through on Danny's laptop. So thanks so much for participating and joining in with us. And just remember, you have to be logged into either Facebook or YouTube to leave a comment. So yeah, I see all the bag ladies and bag dudes starting to come through.
No, I thought that was funny.
Okay, Danny wants to post this comment. Lorraine says, oh no, I just ordered $200 worth of cork from you. Love that. Maybe I'll try to get this listed tomorrow. Anyway, we're calling it Black Grunge if you're interested in that. Yay, I see all the bag ladies coming through. I see a bag dude. Richard posted that on the bottom of our screen. I see it down there. Did you see it?
Richard Hartman.
Yep.
I saw it.
Oh, I have a question for you guys, too. I am interested in doing one of our Ask Sarah shows with either one person or more than one person. I've never sold a bag before, but I'm really interested in speaking with other people that sell bags for a living. So either full-time or as most of your income is made from either selling bags, quilts, or other items, either on Etsy, craft fairs, maybe on your Facebook page. So if you sell bags and it's the bulk of your income, or it's your full, your entire income, either post in the comments or email me, because I'm interested in having a chat with people on the show that do this for a living, because I'm curious. I have a lot of questions as far as pricing, how you get the word out.
I see that often in the private group where people are asking, I'm making this mannequin. What do you guys charge for it? What are you selling it for? And I think it's probably hard to determine what you want to charge for something that you make yourself, because there's a lot of time invested. You get money for materials, the fabric, the thread, everything, the interfacing. It adds up. So
Yeah, so I want to talk to somebody on the show that does that. And also some of the other questions that I was thinking is, do you always allow the customer to choose the fabric? Do you have items that are pre-made? Do you perhaps purchase the fabric wholesale and don't allow custom orders? Or do you feel like custom orders is more appealing to the customer? So those are some of the things that I'm curious about. So either let us know in the comments or feel free to email me. My email is sarah@sosweetness.com, and that's Sarah with no H.
Will we do a live show, or would it be like a recorded segment?
I want to do a live show. Earlier this year we did a split screen live show with an accountant, a CPA, and I kind of want to do something like that. Does that sound good for you?
It sounds fine to me. So if you are interested in doing this, make sure you have a decent internet connection, because that will depend on if you can handle the quality of our show, because we do it through a program and we'll send you a call. You don't need to download anything. It goes right through your web browser. So you'll need a microphone, and even your cell phone camera I think would be acceptable. But if you have a webcam, it's even better for your computer. So if you're interested, think about having those. You're available to use those options.
Yeah, we just want to pick your brain. Nothing stressful. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good information. I see it often, like at least once every couple days in the group, for sure.
And I just don't know how to answer that since I've never sold a bag. I mean, I could, I see a lot of people say, price your products to sell based on 3 times the cost of the materials. So I've heard that a lot, but I'd really like to know like very specific things. I see Danny's putting a comment on the screen right now from Lori. I'm a bag giver, not a seller.
It's like I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that either. I feel the same way with quilts. I like giving quilts for a gift. I would never sell a quilt, but, if I love you, you'll get a quilt eventually.
She told my one friend, my son has a great gaming quilt. It's got a Nintendo controller, and she was going to make it for my friend. He had his son, I want to say October. I want to guess around. And so she said she'd turn around and make it for her. He helped us out when we were switching our website, so he did me a favor. Sarah's like, yeah, I'll make you a quilt. Yeah, a small baby quilt. And she started making it, and I think it's been sitting in the UFO pile for 6 months, I would guess. Would be a safe estimate.
Yeah, it's in a plastic bag right there.
So maybe she'll get, put a little blast on her, get it done quicker. All right, I think it's time. Let's go take a look at my pick of the week. Mm-hmm. And we have Nikki Reinhardt, I believe.
Nikki Reinhardt.
Yep. She did a great job taking photos of her bag in the wild, as Bronwyn said. And I thought it was a great set of photos. She made an awesome satellite bag. I love the denim fabric she chose. It looked great, matched her, outfit really well. And if you look really close, that embroidery on the top flap was killer. It looks great. I mean, really nice job.
It kind of looks like it reminds me of a mandala.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Yeah, that's totally what it reminds me of. And I love that I think that's vinyl on the sides and on the front panel on the pocket. It really makes each feature of this bag stand out. As opposed to if the whole thing was made from denim. Yeah, it doesn't blend in. So that's awesome. I love this one so much.
Yeah, it's a great job. Great photos, too. I mean,
yeah,
awesome.
The photos are amazing.
Yep, for sure.
Great job, Nikki. So if you're not already a member of our Facebook group, we do look through the Facebook group each Tuesday for Danny to choose his favorite photo from the group.
Oh, I look at the Facebook group every day.
Well, I know
Tuesday I
you do.
Make my final selection.
Yeah. So we'd love if you join us over there. People post not only photos of their finished bags, but if they have questions while they're working on bags, if they have a question about something bag related like interfacing, or if they're having trouble with their machine, anything like that. So I hope you'll join us over in the Facebook group. Okay, so if you enjoy our live videos, if you're watching on Facebook, we'd like to invite you to hit the share button and share this sewing video with your other sewing friends on Facebook. Regardless if you're watching on either YouTube or Facebook, if you could at least hit the like button, which is the little thumbs up icon. Either likes or shares helps us out so much, because when YouTube and Facebook see that our videos are getting a lot of likes and shares, they consider sharing our videos with other people that may not have seen them before. So we really appreciate it. It helps us out a lot, and thanks so much for doing that. Okay, so now it's time for some questions. So if you have a question for me, either sewing related question, bag making related, if you have a question about a sewing tool or notion, go ahead and type that in the comments right now. Danny's going to put some of those questions on the screen, and I'll answer some questions live.
Let's go back to the beginning. I didn't see any questions yet.
Yeah, I did see some questions near the beginning. Okay, this is a really good one. Sonia says, does anyone have ideas on how to store patterns after they are taped together and cut out? This was basically before we started the live chat, and I saw that there were some helpful suggestions in the chat, so that's awesome. For me personally,
suggestions.
Oh, there's one of the suggestions. Put them in file folders and label the tab with the pattern name. Then you can get one of those plastic file boxes at an office supply store, which will hold hanging file folders and put in a cabinet. That's a great suggestion. Kathy also says use individual sheet protectors for each one. Then you can put in a big 3-ring binder or just a file. For me personally, how I save my pattern pieces is, especially if it's a PDF pattern, I transfer the pattern pieces to Pal-On Easy Pattern, which is not paper, but it's sort of a, not really fabric, but it doesn't tear or rip. So that's helpful for, especially if you're saving patterns throughout the years. The nice thing about Pal-On Easy Pattern is you can fold it up, and if you need to iron it flat when you pull it out after a few years, you can do that. And there's other manufacturers that create similar products. But with Pal-On Easy Pattern, like I said, it doesn't rip. You can fold it up. You can also write on it. So I'll write all the information from the pattern pieces, like the pattern designer's name, the name of the pattern, the cutting instructions, what it tells you to cut out on the pattern. So for example, cut 2 from exterior fabric, cut 2 from shape flex, place on the fold. I write all that stuff on the pattern piece. And then I have it years down the line if I want to make that pattern again. And usually I just stick it in a little 6x9 inch baggie. I fold it up, but the suggestions for the folders and the filing cabinets were really great suggestions also. All right, Jennifer says Tula Pink status. So Jennifer's asking if we've gotten our Tula Pink fabric or when it will be in. So we have Tula Pink De La Luna. It's her next fabric line on the way. We were billed for the fabric last week on Friday, so I had a call from Free Spirit Fabrics in regards to my billing information so they could ship the fabrics. The fabrics are actually going to my mom's house because we have a really small house and we already have our whole work area taken up with all the cork fabric that we sell. So my parents graciously allowed all of those bolts of Tula Pink to go to their house. I think we ordered like 80 bolts, so it's a lot of fabric. I don't have pre-orders up, but as soon as we receive the fabrics, we'll get those cut up and listed on the website. We're going to be selling bundles as well as what I'm calling bag packs. So it's basically a 2-yard pack. So 1 yard of exterior fabric that I've chosen, 1 yard of lining fabric. So I'm basically curating these backpacks with fabrics that I would use to make a bag. So I often use main prints or large scale prints and then another coordinating print for the lining. Rabia says, do you ever use shape flex in a bag with cork? And if so, how do you attach it? You can, I don't iron on the right side of the cork, but if you're very gentle with it, you can iron on the wrong side of the cork. For example, if you have a crease in the cork or just need to iron it flat, that's completely fine. If you need to iron some interfacing on the wrong side, I've done that before as well.
Can't you iron something else to make it hot, then put it on top of the cork too?
You could do that. You could you could use the iron to heat up your ironing board and then lay either cork or vinyl on it. Then the heat from the ironing board will transfer to that. As far as using shape flex on cork, for most pieces, if you're using cork for accents or straps, shape flex or additional interfacings may not be necessary, but if you do want to reinforce, say, a strap, you could put a bit of shape flex on it. If you're cutting the cork raw, you'll likely want to keep the shape flex away from the edges of the fabric so you can still have nice raw edges without interfacing showing, but you certainly can use shape flex or twill tape on cork for reinforcing straps before you top stitch and sew the straps together. Stephanie says, please share and show your replacement walking foot for your Juki. My foot is so loud. So my walking foot that I purchased, the one that came with my Juki was really loud, like Stephanie says. I purchased one for my Janome, which I'll have to link to in a future Social Sundays show. So maybe this Sunday I'll have to find the link and link to it. I don't know that they look all that different, but this is a Janome walking foot that I use on my Juki, and it's really quiet. I think I've heard in the past that there's one minor difference in the foot that makes it quiet and less clangy when you're using it. Something to do with a screw or lack of a screw. But on Sunday's show, I'll do some research and post the link to where I purchased my foot because I kind of don't remember. Buster Bun says, will you be getting Tula Pink Zuma fabric? Yes, the Tula Pink Zuma is coming out, I think, in September. I already ordered it. Why are you laughing?
We didn't talk about that one.
Well, I thought we did.
No.
Well, it just sort of made sense to order the
We'll
next
see how it
one,
goes.
too.
'Cause that's a lot of fabric to get rid of.
I know it'll sell. I just can't see it not selling, so don't worry.
She's going to hoard it all, I have a feeling.
Yeah, all 80 bolts are for me. Just kidding. Gloria Mar says, what if a person just wants to buy yards of one design? I'm not sure. This is our first time selling quilting cotton. I'm not sure that we're just going to be selling individual prints because the way I placed my order was with the bundles and the backpacks in mind. So I don't know if we'll be doing individual yardage. I guess I'll have to see when we get it. And I don't know. Like I said, it's my first time doing this, so it's a uncharted area for me. Lori says, can you iron on the wrong side of vinyl? You can if you're careful. I've done it before. There's a particular piece of white vinyl that I use for the backdrop in my set photos and my patterns. And even though I'm careful and I roll it up, every time I unroll that vinyl to use for my step photos, it looks a little bit wrinkly in some areas, and I do iron on it. So that particular piece of vinyl has been ironed on probably about 50 times. As long as you're careful, should be fine. Thoughtfully Stone is asking, is there such a thing as fusible insul fleece so I can iron instead of basting it on fabric? Not that I'm aware of. Perhaps there is a product. The products that I'm familiar with, like Pellon Insul Fleece, and the Warm Company also makes an insulated fleece interfacing. Those are just sew-ins, and I'm not sure if it has to do with the fact that it has the metallic component to it, but the ones that I found are just sew-in. But if you are familiar with fusible insulated fleece, let us know in the comments, and Danny will put that on the screen. Melissa says, what size scraps do you save? What's too small? I have a hard time getting rid of small scraps. So my best friend Kim, I'm pretty sure she saves every little scrap because she likes to fussy cut things. For years when I started quilting, I would save in a hat box every little reserved piece of fabric from making a bag or a quilt. And over the years, it really piled up. When we went to clean the basement out recently, I sent those scraps to a friend because I realized I wasn't using them. Even scraps from a bag could be quite large. They could be almost a fat quarter in size, for me at least. But I just wasn't using them, and I found I'm not a scrappy quilter, so I decided not to keep saving things that I would never use. So I sent them to a friend who did use them. So I don't know. That's a tough question. I would say at least a 10-inch square is usable. Certainly a fat quarter, fat eighth maybe.
Why are you looking at me? Because I don't sew. I have no clue if it applies or not.
I don't know why I was looking at you.
I can't support you on that one, sir.
I thought you might have had a comment about me saving scraps, or...
I don't even see scraps around here, so I can't tell you that.
Yeah, because I don't save them anymore.
There you go. Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah. I'm working on the Ultimate Art Organizer and was sewing the zipper tabs. When doing top stitching, the fabric doesn't move and the thread bunches. New needle. What makes that happen, and how can I make it stop? I'm not sure if your feed dogs are maybe getting caught on the zipper. Sometimes I try to put the zipper with the fabric underneath so the feed dogs have something straight and smooth to work off of. Sounds like you're top stitching, so I'm guessing you have the fabric on the top and the bottom. Maybe increase your stitch length sometimes, especially with the layers with the zipper in between. When trying to sew over all that, the stitches kind of bunch together close and look really tiny. I'm not sure if that's what's happening to you, although you're saying it's not moving. So maybe increasing the stitch length to at least 3 millimeters might help. Max says, I bought fusible foam by mistake. I do not want it to make bubbles on the fabric. Can I use it anyway and not fuse? Yeah, you could either use it as a sew-in interfacing, or you could first fuse Pellon Shape Flex to the wrong side of the fabric and then attach it to your foam, just to ensure the Shape Flex smooths everything out and the foam doesn't have a chance to make everything look crinkly. Kathy says, can we give a shout out to your employee who cuts everything? Yes, that's great. So my cousin Adam works for us full time. He takes care of the packages and cutting the cork. He cuts for Cork Club. My mom helps sometimes when we're in a pinch with cutting for Cork Club. So she's cutting a few of this month's squares. I think she cut a few last month as well, just to make sure we get everything out on time because there's a lot of subscribers to Cork Club. But yeah, my cousin works 5 days a week, and he's very meticulous and careful with cutting everything out and making sure it looks nice in the package, and he's very concerned with that stuff. So, which I think is great. Glum says fusible thermolam is a needled fleece and it gives structure with a more quilty look. Yes, exactly. So Pellin makes 2 fleece products. One is just straight up fusible fleece, and they make another fleece product that's called fusible thermolam. Thermolam is a needled fleece similar to warm and natural batting. So because it's needle, it's more dense and lies flatter against the wrong side of your fabric. So Glum is right. It gives structure while still looking nice and smooth against your fabric. Naomi wants to know, can you please recommend a bag for a beginner bag maker who would like to use cork for the first time? So I think the Baker Street bag is a great option for a beginner bag maker. It's a free pattern and a free video up on the YouTube channel. You can find that on YouTube or on my website. It gives you practice with working with a zipper. I did make one version of the Baker Street bag in quilting cotton and one with cork fabric, so I show you in the video how you can alternate the straps based on whether you're working with cork or quilting cotton. So one of the straps is on the outside of the bag. I'll just grab it since it's right here. So here's the Baker Street that I made with cork, and as you can see, I attached the straps to the outside of the bag using rivets. I made another version in quilting cotton, and I attached the straps in the seam, the top seam of the bag. So, and there's that zipper in there. It's got a recessed zipper. So it comes together pretty quickly.
I'm so surprised Violet's not taking that bag yet.
Oh, I don't know. Well, she has her own.
I know, but that one's a little nicer. Her bag's right there, too.
Yeah, Violet's bag is purple with
she has too many, I think.
A unicorn on it. Yeah.
She's using the dash bag over the retreat, and it's a real nice white and black one. And it's got purple zippers, pink zippers. Looks cool. But I'm telling Violet, that's white fabric. That is going to get so dirty if you put it on the ground. Touch it with your feet. She likes to play over,
I think it's in the other room. Maybe I'll grab it so everyone can see.
Yeah, check it for see how clean it stayed.
Yeah, the white bags are tough.
Nikki had a comment. She says she saves all of her scraps, even the small ones. I've been using them in machine embroidery applique. That's pretty cool. Sarah actually has a quilt she pulled out. We went to the park yesterday with the kids, and I got a little sunburn, if you could see my farmer's tan coming through. But she had this really cool quilt. It was very similar to the project that Kim was working on at the retreat. It's a cathedral window quilt, or a pillow. But it had the same look to it, but you actually applique the little pieces on there, and it's called the orange peel quilt. Is that what it's called? Mm-hmm. But it looks very similar styling.
I couldn't find the bag that Danny was talking about, but I found another bag that Violet kind of took from me recently. She's been using the Hyacinth bag, and she likes this bag because it's nice and slim, and it's kind of a large size, so she can put a notebook or a folder inside. So I see she's got some snacks in here. She's got some applesauce, and you can tell it's her.
She's ready to go.
Her bag. Someone gave her stickers. Colleen gave her stickers at the retreat, and Violet actually wrote on the back, which I just noticed just now. She wrote on the back, 2018 sewing retreat from Colleen. So
that's nice.
Cute.
Thank you,
really
Colleen. Yeah, toy pillows. Someone, I think it was actually, I had it queued up, but it went away because we had so many threads.
Now that you brought up those comments, I do know that because I lecture sometimes to quilt guilds, I see quilt guilds sometimes collecting scraps to make for dog beds to donate to shelters. So that's really cool. I see a question from Lauren. Is there a specific type of chair you'd recommend for sewing? Mine is killing my back. So I have just a regular chair from Target. I don't know if you can see my chair. You want to put the question away?
I'm going to be able to see it.
Okay.
I'll pull it. Go ahead.
Okay. I don't know. It's just a regular upholstered chair. Why are you laughing?
Because you can't see it. It's just like gray fabric. You see the top of it.
Okay. But I received this beautiful gift in the mail, a chair cushion. Gosh, I don't remember the maker of this chair cushion. I was using it to sit on, which is really nice, but I found that when I put it against my back, it's even better. I don't know if that's what it was made for, but it feels really nice on my back right now, so I love using it. All right. Barbara wants to know, will a 3-ring notebook fit inside the large book bag? I'm not sure if you're talking about the Cumberland backpack. Let me grab it because it's right here.
Do you have a 3-ring binder too?
I do have a 3-ring binder. let's see. Oh, here's a 3-ring binder from my son. He gave me his binder when he was
Colonial
done with
cookbook, yeah.
This is the
remember they made
Cumberland
that.
backpack. Do you want to maybe move the comment off the screen?
Absolutely.
Thank you. So here's the Cumberland backpack. This is the large size, and let's see if the 3-ring binder will fit inside. So I just put that binder inside, and yeah, it closes up, so it does fit inside. And obviously you could fit a lot more than just the 3-ring binder. But this backpack is more of a traditionally sized backpack, and the small version of the Cumberland backpack we use for when we're going out somewhere. We use them for Disney. It could be a toddler backpack or like a backpack / purse. Dorothy says, do you attach handmade tags on all of your bags? I actually think that this is the only one I've done so. I'm not sure why. I think it looks nice. I guess I'm just lazy, but this is the tag she's talking about. This says handmade. It comes in different finishes, and these were from Emmeline bags, and they just attach with prongs through the right side of the fabric, kind of like magnetic snaps do, so they're really easy to install, and they kind of look, I don't know, like a designer bag, you know, because a lot of designer bags have the tag on there.
Stylish.
Yeah. I use the gold finish, but they come in gunmetal, I think iridescent rainbow. Tammy says, donating scraps to a lady that makes dog beds for animal rescue companies. Yeah, so that's awesome, and that's a great use for scraps. Melissa says, how many layers of vinyl can your Juki take? I think when we did the video earlier this year on my sewing machine, I put several layers of cork and foam interfacing through the machine. I can't remember if it was 6 layers of cork and foam interfacing, or I don't remember the exact amount that I used. Do you remember?
No.
I know it was a lot.
We made you're talking about the video, right?
Yeah, we're talking about the video.
Yeah.
I know it was 6 to 8 layers combined.
Someone asked what you showed was.
Oh, okay. Helen says these are called sit-upons. Thank you,
Helen.
Helen.
The cushion made for exercise.
Oh, okay. The cushion is made for exercise. Oh, because you sit on it and you have to, it kind of moves around a little bit while you sit on it.
Maybe keeps your core muscles tight. And
I think so.
I'm sitting up, I should be sitting like this.
Yeah, I have really
bad,
I have bad posture. Yeah, I'm like hunched over my computer like this usually.
Kicking it back, taking it easy, you know? Sandy wants to know, is it too late to join the Cork Club?
Okay, we are not open to new subscribers for Cork Club. We're going to try to finish up. We have 2 more months. We're shipping out month number 5 this week. Next month, we're shipping out the very last month, which is month number 6. We're hoping to start it up again beginning of the year. We just need a little break, to be honest, because we have... My cousin cuts all the cork fabric. My mom helps sometimes. Danny and the kids put together all the packages. Danny and I usually try to double team the labels because it's a lot of shipping labels.
Hey,
what do you mean?
It's the kids that helps more with the pack. The first 3 months, it was the kids and myself primarily doing it. The last 2 months, Sarah's helped take the slack of the kids. What she's done, definitely put more in the packages. I want to knock her down. Look at that. Brian was like, I love when Danny says something and Sarah will do the eye roll like.
No, because you were saying that I wasn't helping with the packages at the beginning, but I was sitting in here for like 8 hours printing shipping labels, so I feel like that's the same amount.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, but anyway, the kids kind of don't want to do it anymore, right?
Yeah.
What happened yesterday?
What's funny, William wanted to do it, who's always, he only wants to do it to get enough money, because we tell him all the money he gets for birthdays, Christmas, that's something you save for later on. And if he wants to buy something, well, you could buy toys or something like that, but I'm talking about video games. If he wants to spend money on buying new video games or something inside the game, like a skin or some sort, he needs to earn that money to realize how much he's spending on this product and how hard it is to get, to make that money. So we want him. So he had a new game came out. He got super excited, and I've never seen him ever come and ask, "Hey, is Cork Club ready to go so we can work?" And he's like, in his head, he budgets. All right, I need $15. I'll work an hour and a half. And he's like, "Okay, I'm done." I'm like, No. Sarah's like, "I'm not paying you till all the Cork Club's done, and then, because if I pay you now, you're not going to continue to help. But until it's completed, you'll want to come back so you can get your game right away and stuff." So it was definitely motivational for him, and we end up finishing the products we had. And I think it only took an hour and a half complete for our portion of it. Sarah stayed later watching some TV shows and put them in envelopes.
Well, at first he set the timer for 30 minutes, the kitchen timer, and he thought he was only going to work for 30 minutes and then he was, home free. And I said, "Well, who's going to finish the rest of the work?" And he said, I think he said Daddy and Violet. And I said, well, we're working on this as a family, so we have to keep working on this until the work is finished, and not only the 30 minutes that you needed for the money that you needed for your game. So he was okay with that, I think. Right?
I think so.
It was not too big of a deal. Trisha says, finally made it to live, driving home listening. Question, Decoville Light, when are you going to carry it? The chair cushion is a sit-upon. Thank you. I'm not sure about the Decoville. I haven't been able to find a supplier. I know there's suppliers in the UK that provide that. I haven't been able to find a supplier so far, or even a source or a contact information for someone. So I guess if I can find those things, I can investigate it further. I've ordered a bolt of the Decoville Heavy, and I like it a lot. We're just sort of unsure if we want to go that route with carrying interfacing, and it's just a whole new avenue, right? Do you have any thoughts about that?
In our current layout, we don't have a lot of extra room to do different options of adding more stuff that takes large space. Like the acrylic templates were great because they're small. You could stack them up. They don't take a lot of space. But anything like interfacing or it's going to be large, it's not a good idea for our current, layout and stuff. So maybe in the future, but right now I think it's...
But if we move and we have a bigger work area, perhaps,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. We're just
sure.
tight on space around here.
Yeah. Someone said they had a question on here. I'm trying to go back to find it.
You want to just recall the question the best you can and read it out loud?
I don't remember the question. They said, okay. Danny, please ask Sarah my diaper bag question, or question about a diaper bag. But I'm going back to look for their comment. We have like 48 pages.
Okay. Lillian, if you can post your question again, and Danny, hopefully you can find it easier. And yeah, he'll be looking for it. Please post your question again, and then I'll help you get that answered. I like this comment about catching me slipping. No. Oh, it went down already.
Yeah, it's these comments. They go wild.
Something about Danny catching me slipping or something.
Well, I'll put...
Okay. It's fine. It went down. It went down too far.
Do you know where to get waterproof canvas?
Nancy wants to know, where did you find waterproof canvas, Kim? Oh.
Well, she was asking someone else, but maybe you knew.
Okay. I've purchased some in the past from a local shop here in Chicago. It was laminated canvas from the Needle Shop, which is now called Oak Fabrics. I don't know if they still have it, but the fabric line was called Outside Oslo, I think. I don't know in general where to purchase waterproof canvas in a bigger selection. Sorry, I just don't use it that often for things.
We'll address this very shortly.
Okay.
We're looking at any part of Tennessee, fast internet, good schools, a newer-ish house. Those are the 3 criteria, right, sir?
Yes.
Yep. So if you guys know of a good place, we do check. Sarah's had multiple emails. I went and followed up. I think it was White House, Tennessee, which is northeast of Nashville. I looked. I didn't see any house currently available. Someone also mentioned it was more Midwest, a little outside west of Nashville. I can't remember the exact city. We did look.
Go ahead. Keep talking. I was just pointing out a comment before
it
goes down too fast.
Yeah, that's so. If you guys see a house that's built after 2000, has a few acres of land.
Well, they don't have to be searching for houses for us, but...
Well, if you know of one, don't search for a house. But I'm saying, if you have one down the street from you, you know this is a great area, you want us to come live by you, send her an email, please, because I spend, and this is not exaggeration, I probably spend 2 to 3 hours a day scouring Tennessee, because we're going to be driving there next week. Hopefully next week, cross my fingers. And we're going to go check out Tennessee and see what it's like, see what the people are like, what it's about.
I saw this funny comment from Kathy, and I pointed it out to Danny. Adam's reaction to more cutting. You can't see the emojis, but it was, I think, a worried-looking emoji. So Adam's my cousin. He works for us. He cuts the cork, and I have to say he's a tiny bit relieved that Cork Club we're coming up on month number 6, because it's a big task. It's a lot of cutting.
A lot of people said, I need an Adam.
Yeah.
Is there more Adams available?
No, you can't have him. He's ours. Pat wants to know, can you demonstrate adding a zipper pull, regular and fancy? I do have that on my list for a future Social Sunday demonstration. I do have a short list of several other demonstrations as well, so we'll get to that one as soon as possible. But I did have a bunch of people asking about adding a zipper pull to Zippers by the Yard, which is like I think a 3-foot piece of zipper tape that comes with pulls, and you just put your own pulls on. Linda says, where did you purchase your Juki? A few good places to find the Juki, either the TL 2010Q or the QVP 2200 Mini. Those are both the machines that I have. Sovac Direct, So to Speak Shop, which it's SHOPPE. That's in Ohio. They sell a lot of Jukis. I bought my Juki Serger from them as well. I bought 3 of the QVP minis that we use for our retreats from So to Speak. But yeah, Sovac Direct or So to Speak in Ohio, and they have it on the website as well. They shipped them to me, so I didn't order those from So to Speak in person, but they sent those through the mail, and it was fine. I was very happy with them. Lillian says, don't worry, Danny. It is, do you have any diaper bags in your books or patterns? Emmeline has Decoville. Oh, thanks for posting that about the Decoville. There's a diaper bag in my first book called something Spit. Spit diaper bag in Big City Bags. I also have a diaper bag that's a standalone pattern called the Aragon bag. Let's see. I think we're going to be doing a video for that one in January of next year, I think. I have sort of a mental schedule of videos that I plan on doing for patterns, but the Aragon bag is a bag I've made a bunch of times. I personally use it as a carry-on bag since I don't have babies anymore. However, a lot of people make it for diaper bags to give as shower gifts as well, and that's the Aragon bag. Brenda says, is your hinge zipper foot a Juki foot or another brand? My hinge zipper foot is Juki brand. I bought it from Sovac Direct. I think it was about $35 to $40. I can't remember exactly, but very helpful. And I completely replaced my original zipper foot with the hinge zipper foot. Another question from Iris. I don't see in your patterns the grain line of the fabric for cutting. Is this important? Grain line isn't important for bags as it is for garments. In a garment, you want to pay attention to the grain because fabric stretches differently depending on if you're looking at it from selvage to selvage or as the person cut it, you know, for the yardage from, 36 inches across. For bag making, it's not so important. Most of the time, I try to pay more attention to the print on the fabric, especially if I'm fussy cutting. It can be important for straps, but since we're using interfacing for straps, I don't usually pay much attention to it. I often like to cut straps from selvage to selvage, but you can cut them the length of the fabric as well. Linda wants to know, when do you use the walking foot on your Juki? I think I've used my walking foot only when I've machine quilted quilts. I don't normally use my walking foot for sewing a bag. Actually, I never do. I just sort of like to use my smaller regular foot just so I can see everything that's going on. You certainly can use a walking foot for bag making, and I know a lot of people do. I just really only use my walking foot for machine quilting a quilt. I see a lot of comments coming through about Tennessee, so that's awesome. Information for you for later tonight.
Yeah, I saw Pamela had a great one. She said Chattanooga has, it's called the Giga City. They have gigabit fiber, I think from 2 companies possibly even.
Oh, I see another question. Sorry, I didn't see you put another question on there. I'm staring at you like, all right, Danny, hurry up.
Are you still looking at me?
I am a beginner and I want to know, how can I make a bag pattern or where can I get it from? So I have on my website, sewsweetness.com, all of my patterns there. If you go to the website, if you click on, there's a big graphic for online workshops. Those are patterns with videos, or just sewing patterns. There's another graphic for that. There's also a tab on my website along the top that says tutorials. And if you sort of hover over that, there's a few options, and 2 of them are bags. So that means free bags, patterns, or videos. Bag tutorials is for different techniques. So for example, I have a video on talking about different zippers, how to remove metal zipper teeth. I have a video on magnetic snaps, so invisible magnetic snaps and traditional ones, how to put those in. So those are all on my website, and that's the tutorials tab. But if you're looking for patterns or videos to purchase, that'll be under online workshops or sewing patterns. Lauren says, do you like designing smaller bags or large ones? For sure. And I know I have a problem doing this, but smaller bags are, I don't want to say harder to design for me, but I just don't gravitate toward designing smaller bags because I think part of the problem is I like to use large scale prints, and those usually need to fit on sort of a larger bag. I'm trying to get better and be more conscious about designing smaller bags as well. I think the minikins for sure helped with that, but I just have to, think in my mind and force myself to do small bags once in a while as well, because I've had a problem in the past with just doing big bags, and I need to get over that. I see a question coming through from Jolynn. Made a bag out of vegan leather and started using a Teflon foot. Had to switch to my walking foot. Had problems with the Teflon foot. Any tips? I'm not sure why you had problems with the Teflon foot, and the walking foot was okay. But for sewing with leather or vinyl, I recommend either the Teflon or the walking foot. So either one would be okay. I'm not sure why you had problems with your Teflon foot, to be honest. I'm just not sure. Sorry about that. Sorry that I can't answer that.
It's multiple ask like why we're looking at Tennessee. It's got multiple benefits. They have great real estate taxes. You could have a large land, you can have a nice house and pay like a third of the real estate taxes than other places. Plus, they don't have a state income tax, which is a big benefit for a company like ours to move somewhere like that.
It's funny, when you started talking, I thought you were going to have a suggestion for that question, but
yeah, well, you definitely want to do this, but not that. Just figure out what this is.
I was like, oh, good, you have a suggestion. I see Arlene had a comment. I really need a smaller bag, like a purse crossbody for passport phone. I did write a pattern for something like that only fits a cell phone, cash and credit cards. Like, it's very small, but crossbody. I'm really excited about that. That'll be part of some new patterns that I'm writing for early this fall. But I think that one will be helpful. Yeah, Diana says there are not very many small bags out there. I totally agree. I don't know. I'm trying to be, like I said, I'm trying to be better about that. Marcia also says, yes, please, to smaller bags. I do realize that small bags are useful, especially for going out with a family, because no one can give you their wallet or glasses or jacket to hold if you have a teeny tiny bag. So that sounds about right. Then you won't have me holding your keys, your wallet, your phone.
I'm self-sufficient generally.
Maria says, how about a tease on the new pattern bundle coming soon?
I think it's a great idea.
We're going to do the next 4-pack video bundles coming in August. We're going to do what was on my list.
No, I think she wants the tease for the Baker's Dozen set.
Oh.
Because the 4-pack bundle, those are...
But it's
well,
so
generally
far
it's 3.
away. I have a couple...
Do we have a new one that's in the 4th? Is it going to be ones that you've had?
I think so.
Maybe you have a tease for the 4th one that's a mystery.
The next 4-pack video bundle's coming in August. I know I'm going to for sure do the ... dash bag. Gosh darn it, what was on my list?
Get on it, Sarah.
I have the worst memory. Here, I can look. It's right here. You can talk for a second.
Well, I hate to be, talking about Tennessee again, but there's a lot of comments. People ask, what about healthcare in Tennessee? That's one of the concerns is you want to stay near a big city. Go ahead, Sarah.
All right, so on my list, I looked it up.
I'm done. No more Tuesdays for me. ...
dash bag. I think we're going to do the tutor bag, the Lilium laptop bag, and if we have time, the 4th one will be a new bag. Otherwise, I don't know, because it's summer. I'm a little worried about the timing. If we're not able to get that 4th new pattern in there, we'll do one of the older patterns that are still popular. Melissa says, have you thought about making SVG files for your patterns for electronic cutting machines? I've thought about that in the past. I don't have a machine that does that, so I think I'm not as well educated, but from what I've heard from emails that I've exchanged from people in the past, the SVG file has to be a pattern piece not cut on the fold. I don't know if that's accurate. Most of my pattern pieces are cut on the fold. It certainly would be easy to make them not cut on the fold, like the 2 mirror image halves of the pattern piece. However, based on the emails that I've exchanged in the past, it sounds like you have a limited amount of space for your SVG files to get on the cutting mat. And again, I might be wrong, but it sounded like a lot of my pieces would be too big for that. So I don't know. I've thought about it in the past. I just don't know enough about it, and I sort of just, I admit, sat on it because I just wasn't sure to do, and I'm not well enough informed to make a decision or to go forward. Sorry, that's my short answer for that. Thoughtfully Sewn, will the Minikin bundle be available on your website for a while? I'm trying to pace myself. Yes, definitely pace yourself. We'll always have the Minikin bundle of patterns and videos up on the website. I don't think it will ever go away. People are still buying those daily. So thanks for the support on that. But yeah, it'll always be up on the website. Let's see. Oh, I see Nikki's asking for the coalition bag for a video. Yeah, a lot of people are asking for that one. It's not on my list for August, but I think we could probably fit it in.
Thank you, Teresa.
in January. Teresa says, "Oh no, Danny is one of my favorite parts of Tuesday."
You guys ever want to comment on there, say something nice about me? I'll find that comment every time, guaranteed. Look.
There's another one. Sherry
Oh
says,
yeah,
"Gotta
just
have
keep
Danny
coming.
on Tuesdays."
I'll just keep putting them on. We'll stay for another half hour. Just keep them coming. I'm just kidding.
I see a comment from Barb right here. Barb says, "I would love Crimson and Clover as the fourth one." We actually already did a video for the Crimson and Clover. You can find that on the website. Just go to slowsweetness.com, click on the big graphic for online workshops, and it'll be there in alphabetical order. But we do already have a video for Crimson and Clover.
Yeah, Sarah can handle. My other friend tried to get us to go to Texas, but the heat is definitely not our friend. Let's go ahead and say something, Sarah.
Oh, I see some comments about SVG, so I'll look at that later.
This?
Yeah, Jan says, "I love SVG, but limited to width." Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was a very specific dimension. Richard said, "Danny, I've been married 26 years, and keeping your mouth shut is the key to happiness." What do you always tell people? Happy wife?
Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. All right. Let's see. Oh, you want to put that one up there? Yeah, we're slacking on this one, but Gloria Mar says, "Video for the Kennedy bag." Yeah, actually last night Danny reminded me, or was it this morning? We still haven't done the video for the Kennedy bag. That was on
That was not the first time I reminded her to. I like to just get stuff done. I mean, if we can finish it, put it in the bag, then you want to release it when to release it. While we have the opportunity, we should take advantage of it. But we did have the retreat, and so
yeah.
Let's do it tomorrow.
Wait, I just told everyone Wednesday was going to be my day off.
No days off in this business.
All right, so you want to call it for the night?
Sure.
All right, so thanks so much for joining us. Thanks for asking your questions and participating on the chat on Facebook and YouTube. It's very entertaining to see all the comments come through, and we really enjoy it. And I'm sure your co-viewers do as well.
Yep, thank you everyone so much.
Yes, this was Ask Sarah. We'll see you again next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Time. Have a great rest of the week, and happy sewing.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.